Let's see. Greetings, salutations. This is Notorious, and I've been asked this question a few times, so I'm just gonna go ahead and show you all how this is done. As you all know, this is my DeviantArt page. So normally, when I write poetry, it's not something that comes frequent. It's not a, ooh, I feel like writing today. It's not something that I look outside and I'm inspired for inspirations. So this is 800. I have written 800 poems on DeviantArt. 500 of those poems and a few more are on my YouTube page. I'm going to show you these real quick because I still have rules I have to oblige by. So let's go ahead and check it out. Let's make life easier. Let's go to the ones I've actually posted on YouTube. Okay, let's just pick one. Random roll. Sure, why not? Oh, that works so well. But yeah, Isaac, pick the thing you can't find. I know this person's art style. It really annoys me greatly. And that's something else. You'll know that when you do a lot of these style poems, you will know that I do recognize or have very easily recognized what people that I have art styles that I recognize very easily. American Tiger, we're one of them. I do have their permission as well. I had to ask them through their page, but I do have their permission, thank goodness. But I'm not showing you exactly what I do, so okay, here's a good one. This is She Who Controls the Flow of Time, as you already know. Let's go ahead and see if I can find it. This is Renner's page, so we're going to go ahead and check this out. Okay, let's just see if we can find one real quick. And also, when I do these poems, I'm not looking at what is or what is not considered as raw, or if this art is too slanderous or anything of that nature. I'm simply looking at if it inspires me to write. That to me is the more important thing, because if I am not inspired to write anything for it, or it does not inspire me to do anything with it, I pretty much just kind of go cool art and walk away. I will fave, I will enjoy. Did I do one for this? I don't think I did. Yes, I did. This was Stella's. Okay, cool, awesome. Okay, this isn't the one I used, but this is another one. And this is kind of depressing to me because I wrote this when Stella's character was introduced. And she seemed like a kind of blank slate. And what I will do normally is I'll sit there, I will find a picture like this, and then I will write for it, as you see here. And then I'll put in my author's note and everything what I felt about it, what I thought about the picture, what I thought when I wrote the poem, and what I thought about the character itself. But let's go ahead and show you exactly how this is done. Again, I really can't go too far down or anything like that because a lot of these I don't have the permission for. So if I do kind of just drag you down, it's because I'm just kind of, again, just kind of quickly scrolling through. That was done by Finland. I might come back to this one. This one. Let's try. Let's try this. So I look at it. You look at what you see here. Not only the artwork itself, but you gotta, me personally, I have to look for what exactly I think is being said here. Because a lot of times that's kind of what I'm trying to capture. I'm trying to capture and get into the artist's brain cells to see exactly what they are trying to, descript. So, what do you say we try? Normally when I do write, I like to have a little bit of a symmetry, a nice little box that I'm writing it in. I don't like going past a certain length. So this line right here is my bar, and I do make my best to keep it at least within a few secs of that bar. So again, that's just kind of what I do when I write poetry. I can just look up, just this. Bent. It's there. Again, find me strange when I do this sort of thing, but it's kind of where I look at and how I do my poetry. So again, bear with, bear with. I need to be a T because that is a thought. These sentinels of the past that we thought would never last past the times of their creation. Of both dread and jubilation. The reason for the construction. Like I said, for some reason, this bugs me. These sentinels of the past that were thought would never last past the times. Dread and jubilation. I tend to question because it makes it fit, but again, these sentinels of the past that we thought would never last past the times of the creation have filled me with the creation and ability to should have an ability to fill me with a sensation of both dread and jubilation. I tend to question the reason for their construction. Empty form of conversation. Did they take part in the celebration? What did they pay? Or did they play witness? Did they play witness to the last moments of a civilization that failed to pay? To the last moments spent by a civilization who failed to pay rent. Yes, it is always a wondrous joy. Whose savagery. This is also something I tend to do. I like to make sure that 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And sometimes you really just have to do this as well. Is that the word I'm looking for? Interesting. And if you're not quite sure if that's the word you're looking for, but it sounds right, just assume it is, and let the editor tell you you're wrong, because they'll do that. They will more than happily do that for you. Only showed no quarter and had no equal. But if that were the case, then just in case. Willingly show no quarter had no equal. But if that were the case, just in case, but if that were the case, then just in case we. As if they were to be held in such glory. The stories of glory and massacre. Let's cut this into. Let's do Let's say we do 4 and 4. Let's do 4, 4, 4. But that would make it look longer. Well, they'll also sometimes make it look neater. Titillation. Titillation. Sorry for that. I find it. Well, I'm standing while we're standing in the wear and tear of time. I find it easier to see the rhyme behind the reason. And maybe it was treason against the very fiber of their existence. These sentinels of the past that we thought would never last past the times of their creation have an ability to fill me with a sensation of both dread and jubilation. I tend to question reason for their construction, for were they to be prayed to, or just an empty form of conversation? Did they take part in the celebrations? Did they play witness to the last moments spent by civilization, who failed to pay rent to a god or patron deity, whose savagery and villainy showed no quarter and no equal? But if that were the case, then why would we look upon them as if they were to be held in such glory? Did the same beings who struck them down find it just as important to allow them to tell their stories of the gory massacre and ritualistic attempts to find cures to ailments that nearly claimed all? But I do recall saying that these sentinels have always had the ability to fill me with both dread and jubilation. I want to change that word to ecstasy. These sentinels of the past, or last past to creation, have always filled me with joy and jubilation. I think because that word there is no longer because the way the flow of my wording goes, that word, I might change to ecstasy. Which is never spelled right in this godforsaken ecstasy. There it is. Ecstasy, yay. From both dread and ecstasy, for as I think about what had kept these behemoths standing while withstanding the wear and tear of time, I find it easier to see the rhyme behind their reason. For what they did was not a crime as it is today, and maybe it was treason against the very fire of their existence that caused whatever higher power to question their resistance toward the future that was coming. The past that was meant to change. I like that. That was good. That was good. Sounds good. And then, like I said, when I'm done, and if you guys look in the very background and stuff, right here, it's shaded in by the cavern. Finland did a beautiful job of doing this, and I always loved their grayscaling. But this is good, because this itself tells its own story. And kind of this is what you're looking at, or what I was looking at when I was writing this just now. And then you look at these two who are looking at this. You know what I mean? There's a story come all right here, and these two are looking upon it, and then I'm pretty much guessing, and I use those words very frankly, guessing on what these two see when they see this. He put his own little story here as well, but like I said, my job when I write poetry like this is to get in the right the artist's head and give my depiction of it. Okay. Okay, that's that, and that's how this is done. So, this again is Notorious. I'm out. We drop our comment here. Then the very next thing I'll do is change this from featured to art that inspired poetry. Once that is done, Everything is good. Finland, thanks again for your inspiration. I will actually do a more cleaned up version of this when I actually have the poem all said and finished. And I actually post it on my page. Because if you haven't noticed, I don't post my poems the moment they're done. Because right now, I have posted all of these you probably have seen. I've just posted this one on my DeviantArt. Then this one will be next. Then this, and we'll get to this one later. This was done by Doomy, so I might do this again if y'all want me to, just to have something else for y'all to see the process of me writing poetry. So this was Notorious. I'm out. Deuces.
My crown away, I'll take my place, show it my face, whatever.